What's up, everybody? Thanks as always for supporting the show. It would mean a lot to me if you would take a second to scroll down and hit that subscribe button to the Hoops Tonight YouTube channel, and then follow me on social media on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter so you guys don't miss any of our content over the course of this season. All right, let's talk some basketball. All right, we have one more topic tonight. I got a mailbag question, and I figured I promised we'd do a mailbag today, so why not do a mailbag film session style? So here's our question. How do you see the Siakam fit after 35 plus games in Indy? And do you think the Pacers have a shot versus the Cavs / how will their game translate into the playoffs with their improved defense? So I've loved the Siakam fit. I loved it right at the time of the trade. I thought it was a specific positional archetype that they really needed. But most importantly, he gives them a legitimate secondary offensive option and the ability to utilize Tyrese Halliburton off the basketball as much as they use him on the basketball. So what I want to focus on today is Pascal Siakam inverted ball screens. So again, when I say inverted ball screens, what that means is instead of having a guard have the ball and have a bigger wing forward center set the ball screen, we're flipping that, and now the forward has the basketball and we're having guards set the ball screen. To give you an idea, in Toronto, Pascal Siakam ball screens, including passes, amounted to just 0.9 points per possession. So far in Indiana, they're getting 1.05 points per possession in ball screens where Pascal Siakam is the ball handler. That's a significant leap in production just because now he's playing alongside much higher level guards. As we talked about before the season, Toronto does not have the guard play to kind of weaponize this specific type of action. Let's get to the film. So when you set an inverted ball screen, the most usual coverage you're going to see in cases like this is a hedge and recover. The reason why is I've got Pascal Siakam here. I've got Andrew Nembhard setting the screen. I've got D'Angelo Russell as the guy that's guarding Nembhard. If I have D'Angelo Russell as the guy that's going to be switching in a case like this, that's a disaster. I do not want D'Angelo Russell switched onto Siakam. So what we're going to have D'Angelo Russell do is hedge and recover. This puts Rui in the difficult position of either having to drop back to cover that cut or stay up in the action. Let's watch what happens. Rui, D'Lo throws the hedge out. Rui does not drop back. He stays up in the action. And so as a result, Andrew Nembhard breaks wide open. Siakam hits him. We get a wide open layup. So that's the bind that they put you in there. Rui, or whoever that is going to have to drop back to be able to help on whatever that cut is during the hedge. Let's go to the next action. This time, Anthony Davis is guarding Siakam. We're going to get the exact same action here with Halliburton and D'Angelo Russell, and we're going to get the exact same hedge. So as the action comes, here comes our hedge. On the hedge, Anthony Davis just watched. We know that the Pacers have been getting slip cuts out of that. So Anthony Davis is going to drop back. Because Anthony Davis drops back, there's a runway for Pascal Siakam to go into, and he gets into an easy pull up in the lane. That's a runway that's just not there without the guard screening action and having to deal with whatever comes out of that. Here's another very similar example. This time, Rui Hachimura is guarding Siakam. We're on the right side of the floor. Same type of thing. Nembhard sets the screen. Nembhard slips. As Nembhard slips, watch Rui drop back. Here's our hedge from D'Angelo Russell. Rui's back this time. Remember on the earlier possession on this side of the floor where he was up in the action, which allowed Andrew Nembhard to slip back. This time, Rui hangs back. So as a result, as D'Lo's recovering, Pascal Siakam has a flat-out runway with Rui on his heels to get into the lane. Now, Pascal ends up missing this layup, but that's a really high-quality shot that he gets, a downhill running layup attempt simply because of the fact that Rui has to drop back to deal with whatever that slip action is. Now, another great way to beat the hedge is to simply pop to the three-point line. We're going to go into the Brooklyn game for this one. So as Halliburton sets a screen, Dennis Schroeder is going to basically, it's not as hard of a hedge, but he's going to start guarding Siakam. And as a result, when Claxton drops back, Halliburton just pops outside to the three-point line and gets a wide open three out of it. One more example from the Laker game. Similar type of deal to what Dennis Schroeder was doing on the previous possession. It's kind of like a soft switch. So as Aaron Nesmith comes into this dribble handoff, we have Spencer Dinwiddie switching onto him. So LeBron and Spencer are switching this action. LeBron's going to go to Tyrese. Spencer is now on Andrew Nembhard, on Aaron Nesmith. And as Aaron Nesmith throws the dribble pitch, Spencer Dinwiddie's not even in position to hedge, really much at all whatsoever. And so as a result, when he ends up switching like this, Rui's actually chasing over the top, and this pop for Nesmith is going to be open. But again, Siakam downhill already has the angle. This is a much smaller defender. This essentially is operating as a drop coverage now, right? Because Rui's chasing over the top. Spencer's essentially sitting back in the lane. But that's not a big center that's sitting in drop coverage. That's a 6'5", 6'6" guard. And so Siakam just gets downhill and ends up drawing an easy foul going downhill. So again, we're getting 15 additional points per 100 possessions out of Siakam pick and rolls just because of the high level guard play that Indiana brings to the table. I've really liked the fit. We haven't even gotten into just the straight up matchup attacking in the post or the bully ball stuff that Siakam can do. Now, again, the defensive numbers haven't been that good. Since Siakam joined the team on January 19th, they are the third best offense in the league. So he's helped on that front, but just 19th in defense and 23rd in defensive rebounding. Now that's not on Siakam. I think the front court has actually done a good job. Just the guard play right now isn't very good defensively for Indiana. As far as playoff matchups go, there's no real point in talking about it until we get a finalized set of what the matchups are. Right now they're lined up with Cleveland, but that could look very different depending on how the next few weeks go, especially with how well Miami's playing right now. So we'll see. But I do promise that we'll do a full playoff preview on whoever it is that the Pacers end up playing when we get to that point. All right, guys, that is all I have for today. As always, I sincerely appreciate you guys for supporting the show. This was fun. Again, thanks for bearing with me. It's a little sloppy right now, but I promise in time this will get better and better. Going to try to incorporate this into most of our daytime shows because I think this is the best way for us to demonstrate these concepts. We will be back tomorrow morning. Not sure exactly what we'll be covering. It's probably one of the games from tonight. And then also tomorrow night, we're going to be going live after the final buzzer of Clippers Nuggets on YouTube. So jam-packed week. I will see you guys tomorrow.